This week on One Crazy Story, comedian Brett Kline tells me a story he will not want his future wife to hear.
We walk in, we say, hey, we're with the swinger lifestyle. He's like, oh, come on in. You walk into these rooms, and there's just porn on the walls, dildos scattered everywhere. People can just pick up and use and share. So basically, what happened, I have a couple friends who they're a married couple, and they're swingers.
Yeah.
Which means that they hook up with other people, but they're married and they're cool about it.
Yeah, so like an open relationship.
Yeah, so we have a mutual friend. I don't want to say her name.
You can make up a name.
So let's just call her Bertha.
Bertha? Ah, I love it. It's such a hot name.
Yeah, it's so hot, Bertha. So Bertha and I... we're talking to them about this. There's this thing in Lansing. It's called the Capital City Social Club.
Okay. And
they rent out this hotel once a month. And swingers from all around, like out of state and everything, all come and they congregate at the Days Inn in Lansing.
This is a pretty big
And this happens once a month. Like, this is the kind of stuff that you'd see in, like, Eyes Wide Shut or, like, movies that you'd expect in, like, New York.
I didn't know that the swinger, like, culture was that intense where people come from all over the country.
Oh, yeah, no, this is called swingerslifestyle.com. And you can go on there and you can register for these events. So the deal was, you pay, I think it was $40 for you and a date for me and Bertha. Mm-hmm. And so we got we got in there, and we're pre-gaming before, because I'm kind of nervous for this thing. I'm like, there's no way I can just show up at a giant swinger party and not be nervous. There's no way this is
gonna be comfortable for anybody. You know, there's no way.
I think there's something wrong with you if you're totally comfortable in that situation your first time.
Right.
So
yeah, let's do it. Swinging, baby.
So we get there, and there's already, before we get there's 500 people on the guest list.
That's nuts.
We're not even on the guest list at this point. So there's probably a lot of other people who are like us that just went to this thing.
Yeah.
So we can't even find parking at this hotel. We finally park, like, off on, like, the grass.
Yeah.
And we walk in, and the whole place is closed. It says, we're closed for the night. There's this, like, walled off area with, like, black tarps all over, and there's a bouncer. We walk in, we say, hey, we're with the swinger lifestyle. He's like, oh, come on in. So we get there, and there's...
I know a guy.
Everybody here, there's, like, probably 500 to 1,000 people at this thing.
That's so crazy.
Everybody is probably 50 plus.
Oh, so you're the youngest.
We're by
probably
far
the youngest
people.
Yeah.
There's there might be a few other people our age too. So we're walking around. Everyone's kind of like half naked. It's a St. Patrick's Day party, so there's like leprechauns with their tits hanging out.
Real leprechauns, like short people.
There probably were some real leprechauns there. I would not be surprised.
That'd be crazy.
So within like 2 minutes of being there, we see this chick just blowing a dude in the corner.
That just happens at the Days Inn.
Yep. Yeah, once a month at the Days Inn. You want to buy your ticket.
That's so nuts, man.
So we see this chick blowing this dude. You walk into these rooms, and there's just porn on the walls, dildos scattered everywhere. People can just pick up and use and share.
Was this in like the banquet hall of the hotel?
Yeah. This is in their main area. So how it worked was there was a pool, there was a dance floor, there was like a little social hall, and then all around it were hotel rooms looking down on this place. It was all indoors.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So there's an indoor pool, and in the windows, you can just, people have their windows open, people have rented them all out, and you can just see people fucking just straight open. The doors are open. Sometimes you can just walk in, join, whatever.
This doesn't sound like, this sounds like glorified hookership or hooking.
They're all married couples. It was just the mentality of this place too. It was like, oh, come over here and fuck my wife.
Could you imagine just being that family on vacation? Like, this Days Inn's pretty nice, 3 stars. Not
yeah,
too
I wonder
bad.
like who has to clean this thing in the morning.
Oh my god, don't stay at the Days Inn in Lansing, because there's probably, I mean, every hotel you're like, okay, someone's balls were on this.
Oh, I hear they don't even clean the comforters at hotels. They just...
I can't even imagine staying the week after this little swinger party.
Oh, it wasn't a little swinger party.
This is a huge. I don't. You know how many I've only done shows with like 500 people twice, maybe. Yeah. You know. Yeah.
Oh, this thing was massive.
God damn. Sorry, I interrupted. But so there was porn on the windows.
Okay, so there's porn on windows. So we walk into this room. There's this nice dude giving us Jello shots, and we're with that swinger couple that's showing us around the whole place. So they introduce us to some people, and this woman runs up to the guy I knew, and she's probably like 50, 60 or something. She goes, Kevin! He goes, hey. And she goes, you remember me?
What?
Like, not really. She goes, you fucked me last time.
How embarrassing. How awkward. And this was the swinger dude that you went with.
Yeah, right? This is the swinger guy I went with. So then, so the swinger couple leaves me and Bertha. And so me and Bertha are just, looking around, going on the dance floor. Then we go in the hot tub. She starts blowing me in the hot tub while there's like ton of people around and everything. Which is just cool. That's probably like, everyone's like, that's all? Yeah. Yeah, and it was really tame. Like, I felt like we were,
Yeah, the moral couple of the event.
So then we go up. We tried exploring some rooms. We go into this one room. Bertha's talking to this one dude for a while. She's like trying to get some other people in with us, and then I'm like, oh my god, we have to get out of here. She's like, why? But this guy's so nice.
Oh, so she was getting sucked into this swinger.
I said, well, this guy had a swastika tattoo on his arm.
Oh, what? That's a big sign to get the hell out of there.
So I pulled her out of that room. And then we've been taking some more shots and stuff, had some Jello shots, and we're getting pretty hammered. And we go into this room called the Fantasy Suite.
Okay. At the Days Inn, I can only imagine. I can only imagine how beautiful this room is.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's all just a big red light is the only lighting. There's probably 70 people in this room.
Okay.
Maybe like 10% of them are fucking. Maybe a little more than 10%, and then the rest are just standing around watching. Okay. And but they had 6 sex swings that were all lined up. And so how a sex swing works is it's like a dentist chair on ropes, and someone lays down on it, and you basically just fuck them. And it makes it easier to for the movement
to do the thing.
Yeah.
To do
so most of the sex swings were in use. We were kind of hanging out for a bit. Finally, one opens up, so we get on it, and we're just like, all right, let's just do this. So we start having sex, and there's the amount of moaning that was in this room, the loudness and volume from the moans was overwhelming.
I have this image of like with The Walking Dead, just the zombies like.
That's what it was like. It was the Walking Dead it was the fucking dead.
Yeah, yeah, I like that.
It was so there's people just getting plowed on, and I look over to my right, and there's this like older woman just getting railed by this like giant black guy, just like getting plowed. And Bertha was like, Brett, I was like looking at it, and she's like, oh, I didn't realize you were looking at it. Yeah, so like she thought I was like into it.
How dare you?
I'm like, I can't look away.
How could you not look? Like, I mean, this. I would have like, were you dating this girl? Or were you guys just?
No, we were just friends. I mean, we'd hooked up before. It wasn't like this was the first time we'd.
Hey, we all like first dates, right? Let's go to the. That's intense, man. I was gonna say, like, if you're with this girl, like kind of in a relationship, or you're just together for a little bit, kind of seeing each other, and then she's getting jealous. You can't really get jealous as a swinger.
No, we were actually probably the best situation for this because we had like hooked up randomly at periods of time, but then we'd both seen other people, and we were very just open about that. It wasn't like this is just, clearly really romantic thing.
Yeah, hey, I'm not really romantic, but let's go to the Days Inn. I love this. This is hilarious. God damn, that's awesome.
So basically, as I'm so I'm fucking around the sex swing. There's people plowing all around us. So the red lights. And I realized that at this point, most of the people aren't even fucking anymore. They're just watching us.
Whoa.
And it was like all these like old men. And I realized that we're the youngest people here by at least 20 years.
Probably the most attractive two.
Yeah.
Like people in the
we're
room.
just the hot young couple everyone's getting off to. And so now I'm drunk. I'm getting performance anxiety. And I start to go limp. and she's just really drunk. So, I wish that there was like a big ending climax to the story.
So does she.
Yeah. Yeah, it basically just ended with me getting whiskey dick, her just getting really drunk, almost throwing up, and a bunch of horny old people watching us, and then we left.
Wow.
And then we woke up the next morning and we're just like, what happened?
Wow. Did you guys stay at the Days Inn?
No, we had somebody drive us home.
Nice.
Luckily. Because if we stayed there, we would have been violated.
I was going to say, put that chain on your door, put maybe a mattress up against the door or something.
So I think I managed, though, I went to the swinger party at the Days Inn, witnessed this giant orgy, but I did only have sex with one person, so I can still tell my wife I've never been in a giant orgy that got an STD.
People saw you doing it. That's it.
Yeah.
And you were only with one woman that night.
Exactly. I'm a one-woman man.
That's right. Brett Kline, the one-woman man. That's intense, man. I didn't even know that shit exists.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know, I've heard of like swingers parties, like, oh, just come by my house.
Yeah, no, this was like a swingers fest. Yeah, Days Inn, once a month. So, Capital City Social Club.
I know where I'll be this month. Well, we all learned a lot about Brett today. Make sure you find Brett online on Twitter at Brett Kline, and you can find the show on Twitter at One Crazy Story. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed it.